What's up, all you beautiful people? Welcome back to the podcast. Okay, so in the comment section of a recent video, somebody came down and they said, hey, what are the skills or the traits, the abilities that I need to have if I want to be a successful entrepreneur? And so I thought I would just take a minute, walk you through exactly how I think about this in terms of skill acquisition, because I think pretty much everything in life comes down to a skill problem. If you don't know how to make money, that's a skill problem. If you don't know how to go get a date, that's a skill problem. If you don't know how to fix your health, that's a skill problem. So by acquiring bigger, better, more valuable skills, we have the ability to go out there and do bigger, better, more valuable things. And the thing I love about skills is that they're the only investment that you can make that pay compounding dividends every single day of your life, which means the time and energy you put into your skill acquisition right now, it's going to stay with you until the day you die. The government can't come take it from you. They can't tax it. Nobody can do anything with it except for you. And so I look at skills as like the ultimate unlock. If you want to realize your greatness and build something amazing, it all starts with skill acquisition. So let's talk about what are those skills that you should be thinking about acquiring. I break this down into two categories. One is foundational skills and the other is tactical skills. The foundational skills are skills that every single entrepreneur needs to master. You need to have these skills to some degree if you want to be even remotely successful. And this isn't just entrepreneurs, by the way. I think to be successful in life, even as a W-2 employee, you need these foundational skills to some degree. Next, we'll talk about the tactical skills. That's like, what do you actually do to go make money, to build a business, to build a team? Like, what are those tactical things? I'm going to devalue the tactical skills in this video because typically those are pretty easy to acquire. The harder skills are the foundational skills. So we're going to spend a little bit more time on that. So the first foundational skill you have to master if you want to be a successful entrepreneur is that of energy management. You have to become a master of managing your schedule and understanding your rhythms as you go through your day, because the quality of your results is dictated by the quality and quantity of your energy. The more energy you have, the higher quality energy that you have to put towards a problem, the better it is that you're going to be able to solve it. So we want to be able to coordinate our energy levels throughout the day to make sure that we're doing the tasks that parallel our energy flows at the right time. So if you're a morning person, that means you're doing the hard work in the morning. If you're a nighttime person, you're doing it at nighttime. Now, we can get even more nuanced with this in understanding how do we pull the three levers of energy, which is your nutrition, your sleep, and your exercise. Those are the biological levers of energy that you have at your disposal to increase the quantity and quality of your energy. If you want to be a successful person in life, you have to figure out, how do I optimize my energy levels and then deploy it effectively? So that's the first foundational skill, is energy management. Second is focus. So this one's near and dear to my heart because I grew up with so much of my life feeling like I didn't have the ability to focus. And a large part of that was the diagnosis of ADHD, right? People told me I have an attention deficit disorder, and I believed that meant I couldn't focus. But the truth was I didn't really have a focus problem. I had a focus management problem. I didn't have the ability to deploy my focus where I wanted on the activities that would actually move me towards my goals in life. So instead, I would focus for hours on end on things that weren't really helping me in life, like video games, right? So I didn't have a focus problem. I had the inability to direct it towards the things that would actually help me. If you want to be successful as an entrepreneur, you have to unlock that skill, how to sit down, resist distractions, and deploy your focus towards the most important activities, which leads to the third foundational skill that you need to have as an entrepreneur. That is prioritization. You have to have the ability to apply the theory of constraints to everything in your life. So the theory of constraints is simply this. It says, a system will never grow beyond its weakest link, right? The chain is only as strong as its weakest link. And so if you do not have the ability to correctly look at your calendar, look at the tasks, all the to-dos that are on your list, and prioritize them in order of what's actually going to move the needle, you're just going to end up spinning your wheels. And it's because you only have so many hours in the day. And if you are not using those hours effectively, you're not going to make the progress that somebody else is who is focusing on the right things. So the ability to prioritize the most important tasks and then focus your energy that you have optimized and managed for, that is the masterful unlock. So first three foundational skills, just to review: energy management, focus, prioritization. Next, you need to have discipline. This was a really hard one for me. And it wasn't until I started realizing that discipline is freedom, that by creating structures in my life and then holding myself accountable to those constraints, it wasn't until I started doing that I was able to consistently tap into my potential and move in the direction of my greatness, regardless of how I felt. So the thing that separates the champions from just the others who played the game is that the champions, they act in spite of how they feel. They don't let their mood dictate their actions. They show up, they do the work every single day. Because that right there is the number one variable of success, is consistency. But you can't be consistent if you're simply relying on motivation. You have to have discipline. It's 4. I think that's number 4. Let's go to number 5 now. 5th one is communication. Your ability to build anything in life depends on your relationship with other people, your ability to work with and through other people. In businesses really only exist to serve somebody else, right? The word company means a group of people working in conjunction with another towards a common goal. So we have to be able to communicate our ideas with the world. And if we can't do that, then we can't bring people into our team. We can't motivate them towards our goals. We can't move customers towards working with us, right? We have to have the ability to communicate our ideas both clearly and concisely. So communication can take the form of writing, it can take the form of public speaking, but you have to get good at taking your ideas and sharing them with the world in a way that influences their behavior. If you can't do that, you're really going to struggle, both as an entrepreneur, as a leader, and just as a person going through life feeling like nobody ever listens to what you have to say. The last foundational skill that I'll mention here is that of judgment. You have to have discernment. Naval Ravikant said, in an age of infinite leverage, judgment is the superpower, because where you apply your time and energy with right judgment can give you 100x the output. Now, if you have bad judgment, there's really no amount of execution or hard work that can make up for that. You're going to be lost. So you have to have good judgment. The way that I found for developing judgment or good decision-making capabilities is just a simple exercise called the decision journal, where I sit down and I try to get it as objective measure as I possibly can of the decision I'm trying to make. I list out what's the problem I'm trying to solve, how am I emotionally feeling in this moment, what are the different options that I've considered, what are the probabilities that I believe of each one of those scenarios occurring, why is it that I'm choosing the path that I am choosing, and then here's the key, is like once you have that decision kind of extrapolated out on a piece of paper, you need to come back to it in 6 months, 9 months, a year from now, so you can review, okay, here's what I was thinking would happen, here's what actually did happen. And it's by having that objective measure that you can say, oh, my decision making here was flawed. Here's how I'm going to correct for that next time. If you don't do that, then you just go through life making decisions and then looking back on them retroactively thinking, oh, yeah, I made that because I thought this and this and this other thing were going to happen. But what ends up happening is you lie to yourself. You convince yourself that that's what you were thinking. This is why you made the decision in the past. When the reality is, like, we like to sugarcoat things and give ourselves the benefit of the doubt. By having that objective measure written down, you can't finagle that. You can't lie to yourself. You look at it and you go, okay, that I guess is exactly what I was thinking. I did not know or realize or even prepare for this other thing that could occur. So that's how you improve judgment. All right, so those are some foundational skills. Let's just talk about 4 tactical skills. If you want to be a successful entrepreneur, this is very simple. You need to learn how to attract leads. You need to learn how to convert those leads. You need to learn how to deliver a product to those leads. You need to learn how to retain those leads. If you can do that, if you can attract, convert, deliver, retain, you will have a successful business. Now, if you want to learn more about how to do that, go dive into the other videos on this channel where we talk about marketing, sales, operations, product. Go dive into those, because those are the tactical skills that you need if you want to build a successful business. Now, if you have a successful business, if you're doing 6 figures and you want to scale to 7 figures and beyond, and you'd like some help figuring out your marketing, your sales, your product, your operations, and you think that we can help you, go to beyondtheapex.com and apply to join our accelerator program. I work with a handful of entrepreneurs at any given moment to help you scale your business to that next level. But that, again, we're very selective. If you're not already doing, low 6 figures, it's probably not a good fit for you. But if that's you, reach out. Would love to see if we can be helpful. Otherwise, just keep consuming the free content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.